What again? It's KenZerk, KenZilligan, Seeker Milligan, the Village Trilligan, and we are back on Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. Last episode, we found some more information, and now we know that Gordy isn't actually Gordy, and we've got some more info on the DL6 situation. We know we might have found who killed Edgeworth's father. He's a little fucked in the head, you know, a little bit of brain damage, but you know, it comes with it. It comes with it. Gotta deal with this bitch again. Court is now in session for the trial of Miles Edgeworth. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Very well. Apparently the prosecution is also ready. Who is the judge here anyway? Mr. Von Karma, your opening statement? Very well. No opening statement, so... Not so fast, Judge. I was taking a meaningful pause before speaking. Right, of course. A prediction. Today's trial will end 3 minutes from now. Order, order. Mr. Von Karma, what is the meaning of your statement just now? Can you not object the fucking judge? Bah! Must you question everything? It'll be over in 3 minutes. We have no time to waste. I'll call my witness now. I call my witness. My decisive witness to the stand. It's that mysterious boat shop owner. Witness, state your profession. I'm the proprietor of the restaurant, the Wet Noodle at Gourd Lake. And I also rent boats. The night of the incident, you were in the boat rental shop, correct? Yup, I was. Please testify. Wait a second. We still haven't heard how old this guy is. We still haven't heard who this old guy is. There's an objection. Wait a minute. The witness hasn't stated his name yet. Because I did not ask him, Mr. Wright. Because I did not ask him, Mr. Wright. Bah! I predicted this trial will end in 3 minutes. Stop asking trivial questions and cooperate. Yeah, right. The witness will state his name. I'm not really sure. Yeah. What do you mean? My memory. Your Honor, the witness does not remember anything beyond the last several years. Ergo, he cannot recall his own name. He cannot recall his name, you say? Yes, but the incident in question took place 3 days ago. He can testify. Very well, let's hear his testimony then, shall we, witness? It was the night of the 24th, just after midnight. Yep. I was in the restaurant where I rent boats as usual. Then I heard a bang. Yep. When I looked out the window, I saw a boat just floating on the lake. Then I heard another bang. Just about then, the boat comes back to shore and a man walks by my window. Very well. I'd like to begin the cross-examination. There is nothing to question in my witness's testimony. Ergo, no need for cross-examination. Besides, there are only 10 seconds left before our 3 minutes are up. Judge, your verdict now. Yes. Mr. Wright, cross-examine. What the fuck are you on about? I'm cross-examining a witness. Very well, you may begin. Ah! Excuse me, Mr. Von Karma. 3 minutes just passed! I see. Well then, let's just take our time. You may cross-examine the witness. This fucking weirdo. Just after midnight, you say? Yep, just around then. Are you sure? Pretty sure, yep. When I talked to you yesterday, you were rather vague about the time. I'm surprised you seem so sure about it today. I asked him and he remembered. Isn't that right? Don't glare at me like that. I remembered it clearly. I did, yep. You see, continue. Is there anyone who can verify that? Well, I guess Polly could. That's not good enough for the court of law. Mr. Wright, exactly what's not good enough? Your Honor, this Polly is a parrot. A parrot? Don't be so hard on the girl, Keithy boy. The prosecution concedes that we cannot prove the witness was in the shop. Witness, please continue. Where did the bang seem to come from? From the lake, I figure. Are you certain? Yeah. Good, continue. Was there someone in the boat? It was pretty far out there, I couldn't see clearly. But I figured there was 2 men out there, yep. My controller died, fucking hell. But you couldn't see them clearly. Yeah, at the time that is. At the time. Then I heard another bang. Oh, wait, no, go back. So you heard 2 gunshots total. Yeah. That's what Lotta said in her testimony yesterday. By your window? Yeah, by my window. Right outside the window of my little shack. And could you see the man's face? Well, the fog was pretty darn thick, but he was right there in front of me. I saw him. This is a rather important detail. Please add it to your testimony. I have a bad feeling about this. Are you sure? Uh-oh. Dad! Dead certain, Keith! He said, I can't believe he's dead, as he was walking by too. Witness, are you sure that the person you saw was Miles Edgeworth? It was him, that Edgeworth boy? This sounds like decisive evidence indeed. I see no room for doubt. Von Karma. He lured me into cross-examining so he could set me up for a fall. Nick, I don't like the way things are going here. Everyone in the courtroom is glaring at us. Better act quick, or this trial will be over. Your Honor, we proved in yesterday's trial that it could not have been Edgeworth who fired that gun. Mr. Wright, are you referring to the fingerprints from Edgeworth's right hand found on the gun? And the photograph showing the man firing with his left hand? Exactly. That is easily explainable. He could have wiped his prints after he fired. You're ignoring the truth of the matter here. Everything in the witness's testimony is true. The judge is lost in thought. What should I do? I don't know, object. Your Honor, the witness claims that Edgeworth said, I can't believe he's dead. That's what I was thinking too. Why the fuck would you say that if you just murdered somebody? I can't believe he's dead. But his word is all we have. If he were telling a lie... Mr. Wright, in the court of law, the evidence tells all. Apparently you haven't realized even this basic fact. If you say his testimony is a lie, show us proof. Ah, shit. Nick, do we have evidence? It's no good, there's nothing I can do. Are you sure? To be honest, I don't know what to do anymore. Please, can you hear me, sis? Please. We need your help. Nick needs you. 3 minutes was perhaps too high an expectation. However, 15 minutes isn't bad. This must be a new record. Enough. The witness may leave the stand. This court sees no reason to further prolong the trial, nor is there any need for more time to decide the case against the defendant. The case is extremely clear. I see no room for misinterpretation of the facts. What? No! The court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth. Damn, I fucked up. Wait! Who was that just now? Me! Huh? What? Larry? What are you doing here? Listen, you gotta listen to me. I was there in the park the night of the murder. I wasn't sure about it until just yesterday. But today I remembered it. Remembered what? The gunshot! I heard it too! Order! What is the meaning of this? The verdict has been decided. I call for adjournment. One moment, Mr. Von Karma. So you say you heard a gunshot? Yes, I did. A gunshot that night. I was sitting here in the audience listening to the testimony. Then I realized something he said was different from what I remember. Anyhow, I can't just sit here and let you call Angie a murderer. It's just not right. I'll testify. Let me testify. Order, order. Well, this is the first time something has happened like this in my court. I'm not quite sure how to proceed. Judge, you've already given your decision. The trial is over. Nick, this is it. Larry's giving us one final chance at this. She's right. If only it wasn't fucking Larry. He could make things even worse. Mr. Edward was just declared guilty, Nick. It doesn't get any worse. You're right, okay. Your Honor, if there's another witness, it is our duty to hear him speak. Right here, right now. Waste of time. The verdict cannot be overturned. Allow me to speak my opinion. In all court proceedings, it is our duty to prevent an inaccurate verdict. In order to make sure no mistake has been made, every witness should be heard. What is this? I withdraw my previous verdict of guilty. Mr. Von Karma, I order you to shut the fuck up and call this witness to testify. Now! What? The court will adjourn for a 5-minute recess. After that, we will hear this new witness. Alright, stop smacking the gavel. Woo! That was too close. Sorry to keep you on the edge of your seat like that, Edgeworth. I've seen worse. Yeah, right, Edgeworth, you're sweating bullets. Just wonder what Larry plans to say in there. Larry was at the lake that night? Yeah. He said he went looking for the steel samurai balloon that flew into the lake. Oh, right. And then he found the balloon in the air tank that night. Hey, Edgeworth. Huh? You say something, right? Yeah, a lot of things. You seem out of it. What's wrong? It's nothing. Mr. Edgeworth, there's something I've been meaning to ask you. What's that? Why are your fingerprints on the murder weapon? Oh. When he fell into the lake, I went into a daze. I couldn't understand what had happened. I couldn't think straight. Then I saw the pistol lying on the floor of the boat in front of me. I picked it up without thinking. I didn't have a reason, really. I see. Right. Yeah? This might be our last chance. Our chance? Von Karma has only ever run perfect trials. Perfect? Perfectly prepared witnesses. Perfectly complete evidence. That's the secret to his success. This is the first time he's ever had to deal with something unexpected. He has to let someone he hasn't even talked to testify before the court. And that someone is Larry. What are you getting at? It's likely his testimony will be full of holes, right? That's right, Nick. No 10-minute trial this time. We'll milk this one for all it's worth. Larry is fucking stupid after all. Hey, it was 15. 15! Everything's on Larry now. Witness, please testify to the court about everything you saw on the night of December 24th. All right, leave it to me. Please, Larry, do not fuck this up. I hate to admit it, but you're our last chance. Von Karma didn't even have time to prep his witness. I just hope Edgeworth is right about this being our big break. That night I was out on the boat. I was looking for something and I found it. So I quietly slipped the boat back to the rental shop dock. Then I was just thinking about going home when I heard this bang. I looked out over the boat, but I didn't see a boat. After that, I heard a single gunshot. I went home. That was an unusually vague testimony even for this court. In any case, you may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. What's wrong, Nick? It's Larry. I have no idea what he's gonna say if I press him. I'm a little scared. Well, we've come this far. There's no way to go but forward, Nick. Something wrong, Mr. Wright? There were so many things wrong, I don't know where to begin. Well, okay, first of all, what time was it? It was after 11 when I went out on the boat. By that time, everyone had gone home for the night. So I waited until the coast was clear, so to speak. And why were you out on the boat at such a late hour? Looking for something? Yeah. Mr. BUTZ, what was it you were looking for? What the witness was searching for is irrelevant. Most likely it was hunting for this Gordy. That's surprisingly close to the truth in a sense. Irrelevant, get it over with! Around what time was that? Let's see. I figure I was searching for about an hour. I guess it was around 12, yeah. You're not sure? Hey, don't give me that face! Not some sort of human sundial, okay? People use watches these days, Larry. Where did the sound come from? Yeah, well, I wasn't too sure about that. I looked around, you know. Did you look at the lake? Yeah, I looked. Wasn't there a boat on the lake? Order, order. Well, Mr. BUTZ? Whoa. Everybody just calm down, okay? I mean, it was real foggy that night. I'm not sure whether there was a boat out there or not. Okay, no problem. That's just the most important part of this case. So you only heard one bang, correct? Yeah. Huh? Well, Nick? Pretty wishy-washy testimony, wasn't it? Guess I just start working on the contradictions. Sorry, I wish I could be more helpful. I wish I could just call my sister. Right here. Wait a sec, Larry. What? You only heard one bang, you sure? That's what I said. But Miss Lotta Hart testified yesterday that she heard two bangs. And the old man just now said the same thing. They both heard two gunshots that night. Huh? Were you even listening? Were you paying attention at all to what they said? Yo, Nick, please. Huh? You know, something's been bothering me. I'm a witness, see? I'm like a customer here. So you gotta treat me nice and stuff, okay? Mr. BUTZ. What? You only heard one gunshot, are you sure? Well, to tell you the truth, I'm not sure. Huh? Not sure? How could you not be sure? Yeah, well, I might have missed the other gunshot. I was listening to something else. Something else? My radio, dude, with my headphones. What? Order, order, and stop that booing. Mr. BUTZ, you were listening to the radio with your headphones. Yeah, so what? That's a crime? I was listening to my radio. Everyone listens to the radio. What's the big deal? Mr. Von Karma, your opinion? Waste of time. I will not accept this witness nor his shoddy testimony. Well, Mr. Wright, should he continue? Your Honor, please allow the witness to continue his testimony. Bah! Nothing is more pitiful than a lawyer who doesn't know when he's lost. Very well, Mr. BUTZ. Give your testimony and be sure to include details like your radio. Right, leave it to me. I wouldn't if there were any way out of this, please believe me. Lonely being on Christmas Eve. That's why I was listening to all requests show on the radio. I was listening to it real booming loud like, but I'm sure I heard that gunshot. I remember exactly what the DJ was saying when I heard it too. You were listening to your radio at a high volume. Yeah, what's the big problem? Can't a man listen to his radio in peace? Isn't this a free country? I truly believe Larry has no idea what the problem here is. Judge, can you believe a word this witness says? What he heard was probably nothing more than a drum beat from the radio. True enough, it is difficult to believe this testimony. Wait, Your Honor. The witness says he remembered exactly what the DJ said when he heard the gunshot. Excuse me, DJ. An announcer. The guy who says things on the radio. Anyway, what this means is when he heard the sound, no music was playing. The DJ only talks between songs, so he could have heard the gunshot from the lake. I would like to cross-examine the witness, Your Honor. Very well, Mr. Wright. Can't believe I'm continuing this charade. So you turned on the radio. Right. I just wanted to hear someone's voice, you know? You don't know what it's like out there alone on Christmas Eve alone. I shouldn't have said anything. Do you by chance remember the name of the program you were listening to? That has nothing to do with the case, Your Honor. Objection sustained. The witness was listening to the radio. That is all we need to know. Real booming loud. Yeah, you know. And you had headphones on. Yeah. I wouldn't think you could hear anything going on outside at all. Can you prove that? No, of course you can't. I can't prove it. But I remember that moment real clear. I mean, while I was talking about it, it came back to me real clear, you know? What did she say? Mr. Wright, please cease these pointless questions. What possible good could knowing what the radio DJ said do us? Indeed, Mr. Von Karma has a point. I'll allow the question only if you see some reason. We should care. We should care, Your Honor. Of course we should. Why? Well, how do you know if we don't ask him? Fine, very well. Mr. BUTZ, please testify to the court. What was the radio announcer saying when you heard the gunshot? I was thinking, like, if you know what the announcer said, you can trace back to what time of the day she said it. So then you can know at what specific time of day he heard the gunshot. Just when she said, "Hey, it's almost Christmas," I heard the gunshot. Most ludicrous testimony, but there's one gleaming ray of hope in there. I've got to press it. Are you sure? Of course I am. She had this real sexy voice. Maybe Von Karma was right. I'm not sure how that helped us at all. This is the most ludicrous testimony. Or of course show on the radio. Wait. It's almost Christmas, meaning it wasn't the 25th yet. In that case, that like directly contradicts the lake photo right here, doesn't it? Yes! Larry, are you absolutely sure what you're saying is correct? What's with that face? You look scary, dude. Hey, if you're trying to scare me, you better know I don't scare easy. Is something the matter, Mr. Wright? Your Honor, did you hear what the witness just said? The DJ said, hey, it's almost Christmas, when he heard the gunshot. Indeed, and almost Christmas means it wasn't Christmas. Do you realize what this means? When he heard the gunshot, it was still Christmas Eve. That would seem to be the case, yes? But he should have heard the gunshot after midnight. This photograph is irrefutable proof of this fact. Let's see. What time was on the photo when this was taken, when this triggered Miss Hart's camera? 15 minutes after midnight on Christmas Day. This is a clear contradiction, Your Honor. Order. What does this mean? The two prior witnesses heard the gunshots after midnight. However, this witness says he heard the gunshot before. Judge, the answer is simple. The current witness is plainly mistaken. Just look at him, suspicious. What? Well, Mr. Wright, what do you think about it? Heard the gunshot before midnight. I don't fucking know. You're asking the wrong Negro. Larry's right? Larry's not mistaken, Your Honor. He heard that gunshot before midnight. Intriguing. I'm assuming you have evidence for this wild claim. Show me evidence there was a gunshot before midnight. Look at this photograph. This was taken by a witness yesterday, Miss Lyda Hart, with her automatic camera. The timestamp on the photo reads December 24th, 11:50 p.m. Oh? Huh. But there's nothing on the lake in this picture, Your Honor. The real issue here isn't why nothing is shown on this photograph. It's why this photograph exists at all. What do you mean? Your Honor, this photograph was taken by an automatic camera. The camera was set to go off in response to loud noises. Ah! Correct. There was a loud noise on the lake at 11:50 p.m. That's why this photograph was taken. In other words, when Larry heard the gunshot, it was most definitely still Christmas Eve. Indeed, it would seem that that is the case. Then where does that leave us? Miss Hart testified that she heard the gunshots after midnight. Are you claiming she was mistaken? Not at all, Your Honor. It is a fact that the camera also triggered 15 minutes after midnight. Your Honor, that night there were two sets of gunshots, with a 25-minute pause between them. Why would this be? Don't be fooled, Judge. The camera was set to respond to loud noises. Yes? There's no proof that the loud noise at 11:50 was a gunshot. Why, the witness could have sneezed, triggering the camera. I say this though. Why don't we find the radio, listen to the recording of it, if there is one, and see when the lady says it's almost Christmas. Hey, my nose was clear that night, man, clear. Well, Mr. Wright, it's no turning back now. Can you prove the loud noise was indeed a gunshot? Please show the court evidence if you have any. could I use Lada's camera? Because if I remember correctly, it didn't work on sneezes before, but when she did sneeze and it worked, Lada said that she set it to react to something softer than a gunshot. Will this work? Mr. Wright, is that a smirk I see? Your Honor, sorry, I wasn't really sure about the evidence. Okay, but that should work though. Oh! The pistol fired 3 times. How did I forget that? How did I forget that the pistol fired 3? I'm so stupid. This is my evidence. The murder weapon. Something about this pistol was bothering me, Your Honor. Both of the witnesses who testified yesterday who heard 2 gunshots. However, the murder weapon was fired 3 times. When, then, was the last shot fired? Only now have I realized the truth. The 3rd shot was a shot heard just before... There was a shot Larry heard just before midnight. Order, order! That would make sense of the evidence we've seen so far. However, this leaves me wondering exactly what did happen that night on the lake. Exactly! This is true! There were 2 sets of gunshots separated by 25 minutes. One at 11:50, another one at 15 minutes after midnight. Why, I ask you, why? Better think of something quick. Wait a second. Gunshots separated by 25 minutes. What's wrong, Nick? I have it! I have it! Remember the case with the Steel Samurai? Yeah, of course I remember. The murderer in this case had the same idea as the murderer in that case. What do you mean? Maya, yes? If we don't figure this out now, we'll never overturn Edgeworth's guilty verdict. I've got a hunch and I'm gonna run with it. Right, I mean, is this safe? Safe? We've already gotten a guilty verdict, we have nothing to lose. You just watch and let me know if I say anything that sounds fishy, okay? Right, Nick. Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Wright. What'd he say? What do you mean, Mr. Wright? So you finally realize the truth. There can be no other murderer here than Miles Edgeworth himself. Wrong, Von Karma. The man was shot that night, but it wasn't Edgeworth who did the shooting. Listen, rookie, take a deep breath and consider the facts. At the time of the murder, 1 boat was on that lake. This was shown by the witness's photograph. The defendant Edgeworth and the victim Robert Hammond were on that boat. There was a gunshot fired on that boat, and Robert Hammond fell into the lake. The distance of the shooting was 1 meter. It couldn't have been suicide. Well, the guilty party has to be the other man on the boat. I admit it is hard to imagine any other possibility. Yes, but this assumes the victim was shot at 15 minutes after midnight. What do you mean by that, Mr. Wright? We have photographic evidence at the time of the shooting. The timestamp on the photo says 15, but Larry heard the gunshot 25 minutes before that. Robert Hammond was killed then, 25 minutes before the shot on the lake. That's the only way that Edgeworth could be innocent. Mr. Wright, are you quite mad? Explain who the 2 men on the boat are. I'm not quite sure. Let's see. I mean, it's Edgeworth and Hammond, isn't it? Miles Edgeworth and Robert Hammond. Yes, I believe you are mad. That is exactly what I've been telling this court the entire time. You're agreeing with me, and yet what did you say? That Robert Hammond had been killed 25 minutes before the shot on the boat? Yes, that's what I said. I was just testing you, Von Karma. Mr. Wright, Your client has already been declared guilty once. Oh. Guys, I'm a little on the stupid side. I'm sorry. I'm a little on the stupid side. Edgeworth, and I was thinking this, but I was like, wait, why would Edgeworth be with the murderer? But it just kind of clicked in my head. Right after I clicked it, it clicked in my head like, wait a second. Okay, I got it. Of course, it was Edgeworth and the murderer. After the murderer killed Robert Hammond at 11:50, he assumed the guise of Mr. Hammond and met Edgeworth. What? Are you serious? Yes. Edgeworth won't tell us why he went to the lake that night. However, I have a hunch. That night, Robert Hammond called Edgeworth to the lake. Now, Edgeworth didn't know Robert Hammond's face that well. That's why he didn't suspect anything when the murderer took Robert Hammond's place. I'm not sure what to make of all this. Ludicrous! Mr. Wright, tell us the name of the murderer then. The murderer's name? Right, it's... I don't know. Actually, I don't know the murderer's name. You don't know? Bah, again you waste my time. I don't know because he never told us. The murderer is the caretaker of the boat shop, that old man. At 11:50, he was the one who killed Robert Hammond. The caretaker of the boat shop. Where did he do this? There weren't any boats on the lake then. Why would he have to go all the way to the lake just to shoot someone? May I suggest that the real scene of the crime was not on a boat? What? Well then, where did the murder take place?
Take that!
Around here, maybe? Maybe, Mr. Wright? And does this maybe include a reason why the killer would choose that spot? Yes, well, maybe because there is no good reason. The murderer thought we never expected. Maybe you should try again. I thought I could drag it around. I didn't think it would do that. Here, of course, the boat shop where he lives. That way he could meet with the victim without anyone seeing. Do you have proof that the boat shop was the scene of the crime? Recall Larry's testimony, if you will. That night he was out on the lake in a boat searching for something. He finds it and returns the boat. Then just as he's heading home, he hears a gunshot. He heard a gunshot, Your Honor, even though he was wearing headphones at the time. In other words, the gunshot was very, very close by. And where would that be if he had just returned the boat? The boat shop. Mr. Wright, what happened that night on Gourd Lake? Please tell the court from the beginning. Yes, Your Honor. Nick, are you sure about this? Not really. But I think if I start at the very beginning and take it slow, I might just be able to figure this out. That night, the caretaker of the boat shop called Robert Hammond to his shop. This was around 11:50. That was when the gunshot that Larry heard was fired. After that, the caretaker put on Robert Hammond's coat. He became Robert Hammond. Then he got into the boat with Edgeworth and went out into the middle of the lake. Then who fired the pistol on the boat, Mr. Wright? The boat shop caretaker. Of course, it was the murderer who shot the pistol. He shot twice. Both missed Edgeworth on purpose. Wait a minute. Yes? Why would he shoot twice if he didn't mean to hit anyone? Details. Know this, Mr. Wright. The moment you run out of explanations is the moment you lose. Tell us why the murderer had to fire twice. To create a witness. I believe he shot twice to create a witness, Your Honor. Create a witness. The murderer lifts his pistol and fires one shot. to ensure that anyone who heard the shot would look at the lake. Indeed, Miss Hart did exactly that after hearing the first gunshot. Next, the murderer waits a bit and fires again. Then, the murderer jumps from the boat himself, leaving the pistol in the boat behind him. I see. To someone looking from the edge of the lake, it would appear that one of the men in the boat had shot the other. The murderer didn't know about the automatic camera, of course. That's why he shot twice to draw attention to the boat. Once you realize that, everything else falls into place. The boat shop caretaker swam back to his shop, then he put Mr. Hammond's wet coat back on the body, and threw the body into the lake. That is what happened, Your Honor. These are the events that transpired that night on Gord Lake. Bailiff, bring out the witness from before. The boat shop caretaker, quickly. Very well. While we are waiting for the caretaker, I would like to ask the defendant Miles Edgeworth a few questions. Edgeworth, please take the stand. Mr. Edgeworth, you heard what the defense has said? Yes. Well, why did you go to the lake that night? What Wright has said was mostly correct. Astonishingly so, actually. Yes. Several days ago I received a letter. The letter was signed Robert Hammond. He asked me to come to the boat shop by the lake at midnight on Christmas Eve. He said he had something very important to discuss with me. Something important? I'm sorry. I can't say what it was. Your Honor, sir! Bailiff, we are conducting a trial here. I ask that you remain quiet. The witness has disappeared. He isn't at the boat shop either. What? What should I do? Find him quickly. We cannot allow him to get away. Mr. Von Karma, your witness has disappeared. A search warrant has already been issued. Goes without saying I cannot declare a verdict under these circumstances. I will extend the trial until tomorrow, the final day allowed. I request that the police department utilize all its forces to find that witness. Am I understood? One more thing. Just who is that boat shop caretaker? I think his identity has become very important to this trial. I want him and I want to know who he is. Very well, court is adjourned. Yay, Nick, you did it! Yep. Well, at least we got out from under that guilty verdict. And what about Larry? That was something else. Even Von Karma didn't know what to do with his testimony. Larry really helped us out. Sure, once I sifted through his unique testimony. Still, he did save us. I just wish our cases weren't so down to the wire all the time. I know what you mean. Sometimes I feel like it's us on trial instead of our clients. Hey, Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth? Did you say something? Don't look so pained. I mean, it looks like you're probably gonna get off the hook. You could try to smile a little, relax. I'm sorry, but I fear it's not over for me yet. What do you mean? Right. There's something that's been troubling me for a long time now, and I don't know whether or not to tell you. No, there's so little time left. I want to tell you, to get it off my chest, but I cannot make up my mind. What is this about, Edgeworth? It's a nightmare I've had. A memory of a crime that I committed. A crime you committed. A memory of a murder. Okay. Well, that complicates shit. Alright. That's the end of the episode, guys. If y'all enjoyed, like, subscribe, leave a comment, or read them all. Tap into the next one. Peace out. I love y'all.